This is unexpected. Fate is unpredictable indeed. Please allow me to introduce myself. Enfer, an East Side artist. I specialize in sculpting, but occasionally dab in other art forms like oil paintings. Well, that's about it. There's not much else about this person. Everything interesting about her is in her works. For example, the one in front of us. It's nice to see you. I thought there was no one else here. You are unaffected by the mutation and not a captive of fear. Who are you, dear friend? The navigator just introduced me. I'm Enfer, a sculptor. You are good at analyzing. Are you an inspector? You look more like an expert in dealing with these bizarre phenomena. You won't be affected by them. You have the power to defeat the monsters, and you are not afraid. You are alone, but determined and confident to solve everything. You must have something special up your sleeves. Thanks. Observation, imagination, and interpretation are all required to be a good artist. I know what you suspect, but please don't assume I'm behind this because I'm spared. This exhibition is for my cherished works, and I would never do anything to harm them. I'm known as the Witch of Fear in the art world, specializing in inspiring fear with my works. In East Side, people love the excitement, just like they love horror movies and haunted houses. The art of horror stimulates people's imagination, giving them the thrill of racing heartbeats without causing any harm. They enjoy the thrill and then go back to a peaceful life. No one ever took it too seriously. Yes, if you think the shadows are moving, they will start haunting you in a few seconds. If you suspect someone is behind you, soon there will be whispering in your ears. People began to panic about being trapped when the first person screamed that the main entrance was blocked. Their words became a reality, and no one else has been able to get out of Belphegor Museum since. People's fear turning into reality. This is the truth of Witching Hour. Excellent artists use their works to convey emotions and connect with the inner worlds of the audience, triggering empathy, imagination, and reflection. But that's about it. I'm just a sculptor who became famous by chance. I don't have the power to affect so many people. Ouch, that hurts. What? it's so hot. Please let go. Don't hurt the hand of an artist.
Surrender to the shackles! Surrender to me!
Close your eyes. Even I was afraid to look directly at that gate. And you just stared at it and created something horrible. The Gate of Hell. Something that I was quite satisfied with in my early years. It can evoke one's deepest fear. You are afraid of the mystery and power in you, of losing control, failing, and being alone. The fear has been awakened by the Gate of Hell and turned into reality by Witching Hour. So this is the shackles that version of you is talking about. Is this something sinners can't resist? No wonder my heart skipped a beat when I saw you. My instinct was telling me to fear you. It won't work. I don't have the power to turn fear into reality. I didn't create Witching Hour, and its real master is behind the Gate of Hell. You could just say that you need my help, because I will help. I created every single piece of artwork here, and I'm the only one who can destroy them. But you must first beat that version of you. That's not my creation, but yours. Well, Miss Expert, let's see how you fight your own fear.
Surrender to me!
Help! Chief, stop this! It's me, EMP!
Keep your head clear. That's not Chief. It's just a phantom born from fear.
What fear, Phantom? Which one of you idiots is scared again? Who is afraid of that numbnut?
others who can get this deep, are they also sinners? As long as it's the Shackles' request, even with fear in their hearts, they cannot refuse and must come to rescue you? See, other feelings in your heart have weakened the power of fear. I'm not even close.
What
Chief.
took you so long?
Welcome to the special section of the Witching Hour, the Unfinished Land. It's mostly works I haven't finished or am not really satisfied with, but the museum likes them and set up this section.
It's like the Navigator has become alive. They have exactly the same voice, and it's making me really uncomfortable. Hey, who's this woman? She was looking really weird when she was with you just now. Something must have happened while I was not with you. Are you two super close now? A fancy artist. She seems pretentious and not very trustworthy. Are all East Siders like this?
Creators can lie, but their works can't. My works speak my heart. Right down here. Yes, this is her original look. She hasn't been distorted by Witching Hour yet. It's not finished, but she has gained far greater power than me. 2 months ago, I received a particular piece of stone. It was unmarked and flawless, too perfect to be of this world. It has a mesmerizing power before I even start carving it. And the moment I touched it, an unprecedented inspiration struck me. All the fears I've ever experienced were spread out before my eyes. I heard people's struggles, and they were crying out the same name. Sosia. Her name is Sosia. I don't remember how I picked up my chisel and hammer, and every second of carving it was like an eternity. When I snapped out of it, the statue was already taking shape, as if it had been in the stone all along, waiting for me to awaken it. I couldn't trace it. We only found an anonymous letter in the shipping container. The person claimed to be my supporter. He asked me to carve the perfect piece out of this stone, portray my heart, and present it during Witching Hour. But I've seen a strange pattern. It came to me in my dream one night while working on Sosia.
Okay, stop frowning or you'll get wrinkles. Anyway, we have found the target. Smash that Sosia, and everything will be fine. We still have time for a Halloween party.
Well, with the great artist here, it'll be easy, right? Smashy smash! Like she just did now. Right?
Of course. I made a deal with your chief to help you guys. And I want this long night to end too.
Do you really think so? I've heard the name, Sosia. You were interviewed by Disart and said it was your life's work. You wanted her to be a true masterpiece and realize your artistic vision. It seems pretty easy for you to ditch your masterpiece and dream, Emperor. Like with the Gate of Hell. You said it's your proud piece, but didn't even blink when you destroyed it. Is the so-called thriller art just to attract attention? Eastside's art business must be so rotten if it's celebrating a deceitful person like you.
Lisa, we have to destroy that statue to stop the mutation. That is the mission. Don't get emotional.
You don't have to tell me. I know what I'm doing, and my question was for that woman who calls herself an artist. She said she wanted to be honest with her works, saying they held her dreams and ideals. If even those were lies, then aren't we the greatest fools for believing her?
Lisa, right? A famous art critic who's sharp and straightforward. Do you like my works?
Don't think of me as one of those people worshipping you in art salons.
I would never lie to my works. As an artist, I use the limited and trivial life of mine to create my own unique masterpieces. I put all my heart and soul into it every time I carve, dreaming of its birth. But it's not a world that one can enter easily.
Warning! A large number of enemies are coming suddenly, and they all have physical forms. Are they inverse works?
Ridiculous, isn't it? No matter what kind of great artworks I create, the audience's imagination of fear will twist it and cover it like layers and layers of plaster. And they all end up in weird shapes like this. This is not what I want to express at all. My art is not even close.
They're not moving anymore. We got them, right?
Relax. It's over. This is what they initially looked like before witching hour twisted them. I don't have anything against the audience. To be misunderstood is the fate of expressors, and only the best artists can fully analyze and completely express themselves. A true masterpiece would never be mutated, even during this witching hour, for it can pierce everyone's perception and manifest itself. Nobody will misinterpret it. And obviously, I'm not there yet. Ma'am, are you worried about me or doubting me? It's all right. Let me tell you everything about her as we go. The path is long enough for a little story. Enfer's birth was once the talk of the art world. Her mother was a budding oil painter, and her father a famous sculptor. Their marriage was seen as the union of love and art, giving her a wonderful, happy childhood. But perhaps artists all have a tendency for brokenness. Enfer's mother disappeared, leaving behind a wrecked studio, nasty gossip, a young daughter, and a mentally disturbed husband. She was never found. Since then, her father spent all his days in the workshop, obsessed with his sculptures. He soon created the Truthful One, which was a huge success and opened up a new genre of thriller art. What a great artist! His lost lover was trapped in pain and plunged into madness, but in doing so, he transcended himself and realized his lifelong artistic pursuit. No one made fun of his marriage or madness ever again. More than a decade passed, and he remained an acknowledged master until he disappeared in his workshop, just like his wife back then, leaving behind only a trail of appalling misery. Three days later, Enfer created the False One. Following her father's footsteps, she became even more popular, actually outpacing many competitors to host this year's witching hour all by herself. Like that, the family's appalling tragic story was quickly forgotten. The daughter inherited the blessings and curses of the crazy art family and stepped into the spotlight with all the scary rumors surrounding her. You see stories from a very special angle indeed. Yes, that was a special night, and I was the first to arrive at the scene. Apart from the Truthful One, all sculptures were destroyed. The floor was painted with unrecognizable letters, the walls had huge cracks, and almost everything was broken by strange forces. That was no power of ordinary humans. And through the open window, I saw a huge crimson halo rising from the west bank of the Rust. At that moment, my soul was completely seized. When I returned to my senses, the False One was already finished. It stood in the broken workshop, looking down at me, opposite the Truthful One. Father disappeared 2 months ago. August 20th.
Every time a black ring appears, the number of mental cases in the city skyrockets. You don't have to be in contact with contamination to get mentally ill. You might get mentally ill simply by observing a black ring, discussing it, or even imagining it. We can't manage the influence of a black ring when it's out in the open.
Don't look sad. Doesn't the story suit me? Artists are always accompanied by madness, and Eastside loves stories like this. Not to mention that night answered so many questions I dwelled on for years. I saw darkness beyond the glory, the unfathomable unknown. Countless people hissing, growling, and struggling in the chaos and distortion. It tore my soul apart, uncovering everything in disguise. At that moment, I finally witnessed the reality of this world. Fame and prosperity are ridiculous. Love and happiness can be false. Only fear cannot be concealed. The world is already distorted and cruel. I can't use the so-called beauty and compassion to create false peace. But at least I can carve out the reality I see. To awaken all forms of fear with my works, and reach the truth in people's hearts. This is my dream as an artist. But unfortunately, I'm not really there yet. You know, the art world offers only vain fame. I'm not a great creator, and I fail all the time. My every creation is accompanied by pain, and even with the sinner's power, I can't clearly portray the fear in my heart. Luckily, there's Sosia. She is the closest I've ever come to achieving my goal. And I have a feeling that she can make my dream come true. If even she is twisted by witching hour, I will destroy her myself. My incompetence brought this misfortune to them, and it's up to me to bring them peace. Makes sense. You really are something else. I'd love to hear how you feel when you meet Sosia. I